Hi, I'm Todd, head coach No Limits Triathlon.com, and welcome to the September newsletter. The day of this recording today is September 1st, and I'm super excited for September. I'm not sure if you are, but I am. You see, today my kids have started, they're back to school, so they're out of the house and they're now in a structured routine, right? Every day now they wake up and go to school, which I think is always good to have structure in our lives, and I get the house back, which is always good. But September is here. We had a great summer. I hope you guys had a great summer too. We had a lot of triathlon fun this summer. We still have a few events to go. Some big ones. We have Eric. He's doing Ironman Wisconsin soon. And then Anthony's doing Chattanooga. Followed by that, then he's going to go to Florida with his nephew Anthony. So that's pretty exciting to see that. So that'll be a few more Ironmans coming up. In October, I talked to you last video about the Grizzly Ultra Marathon, and so I'm paired up with Ian to do that. And you can see I'm trying to become grizzly myself. I haven't shaved for a while, but what I'm going to do today is the beginning of everything. So after this video, I'm going to go shave and be all clean shaven and all that kind of stuff. I'm just not a guy that has a beard. It just doesn't work. I tried though. I went and tried to do something a little bit different, and that's kind of neat. But the funny thing is Ian, I'm going to start running soon, I promise. Probably tomorrow I'll run. I haven't run since Ironman, but I'm sure I'll remember how to do it. Okay, what else we got? We're going to do this again in a video format. You guys tend to like it or you don't complain, so I'm just going to keep doing it. My boys they're starting grade 8 and grade 10, and they're both going to new schools, which is a really cool adventure. A little scary, but a lot of fun too. But like I said, it's good for them to get in a routine, get into like a structure for each day. And I need that too as myself. I found that after I did Ironman in end of July, August was like, I didn't have a goal in front of me, so I wasn't really focused on getting workouts in. Like I said, I haven't run since Ironman. The biking, I've only done the bike class that we do on Saturday, nothing else. The swimming has been periodic or sporadic in the lake. I love to swim in the lake, but my heart's not there. But if I have to swim in the lake, I'll be there, and we'll have a few more swims to go. But as of today, I'm back on track. So what do I do to get back on track? And this is what I suggest you guys do as well. And I've been having a bunch of meetings with my athletes for the last month or two, and they're going to continue on. We always meet over coffee at my office, Starbucks, whichever's closest. This is, again, did you see this mug yet? Maybe not. This one's from 7.3 Dublin. Tim did this race a few weeks ago and he qualified for the World Championships of Chattanooga, which is excellent. So what I do when we're sitting down for coffee with people, I go, okay, let's start planning your weekly schedule. And I created this talk last night. So I said, okay, Todd, it's time for you to do it. I didn't really want to do it, but I knew that I'd be talking to you today, so I figured you gotta get it done. So what I did is, if you look at this chart here, all it is the days of the week. We've got like Monday to Sunday, and then I go with 3 segments here. So I usually think of the morning, noon, and then the evening. That's where I'm gonna put in my workouts. And so what I would like to do if I'm going to do but my dream, not my dream, but if I was going to do my ideal, that's the word I'm looking for. My ideal training week for everybody would be 3 swims, 3 bikes, and 3 runs, and 2 weights. And so I said, well, let me see if I can do that. So let's see. You guys know I like doing TRX. So I'm going to do TRX on Monday and Friday, and I've added another day this week. This year is going to be on Sunday. So that's 3 weights. And I'm going to swim on Wednesday after my class, Thursday after my class. This is just a short one. And then Friday after my class. What I also did here is I went back into my training notes. So I went back into Training Peaks. And I went back actually to November. And I wanted to see what schedule worked the best for me, because I don't need to recreate this, because I know in the past what has worked and what doesn't work. And so I went back to November and then December and then into February, because those are months where I was training really, really well. And I wanted to see, well, what pattern or what schedule was I using during those months that worked. And then I looked at it and I tweaked it a tiny bit, but it's really similar to what I did last year, except for this extra TRX workout. And I'm going to, the other thing I did is I would try to do a 60-minute swim on Wednesdays and Fridays. And you know what? It never happened. So I changed that this year to 45 minutes. So by putting in 45 minutes, I'm going to be able to get it done. I'm going to feel better about myself, not about missing 15 minutes and, feeling sad. The workout will be green instead of yellow, and that's always good. If you guys know, the workouts in Training Peaks are color-coded depending on how much you get in, right? And I'm going to bike on Thursdays. Tuesday, I'm going to be doing the online spin class. That's another bike. And then Friday, we have the brick class, and that's going to start in October. But I'm going to start that. Actually, you know what? Right now, we're doing the fall outside class. It's like 4 weeks of outdoor training because I still want to get out there and ride. I love it. Fall is a great time to ride. So if you want to join me, come on out for Saturdays. Now what I did is I went to the little corner over here and I summarized everything. So how many hours is this in a week? I don't want to be doing too much craziness, right? So you need to figure out, well, how many hours can you actually commit to? Because if you put in a number that's too high, you're not going to get it in. You're going to feel bad and you're going to end up saying, what the heck am I doing this for? I can't even get it done. So put in a target goal that's going to be realistic for yourself, for your life, for your family, for your work, so that it stays, as balanced as you can. So for me, I targeted about 10 to 11 hours. And this is not, for me, I can maintain this, and if it fluctuates a little bit, probably will go down, it won't go up. I think that's okay. But what I tried to do, and I was able to do it, I'm going to swim 3 days. Got to change that. I'm biking 3 days, running 3 days, and doing weights 3 days. So for me, it's quite balanced. And one of the most important things when you're creating a week schedule is you want to find or pick a day that's really limited or hard for you to work on and make that your day off. So I'm going to make Monday my day off. I know it says TRX there, but TRX is like a 30-minute workout in the morning. To me, no big deal. And then I take the rest of the day off. And it's a really nice way to kickstart the week. Once you've created your weekly schedule, then what I want you to do is take a little bit of time. We do so many hours of training and planning and all that. And I often find that a lot of us, we don't go back and look. We just keep carrying on and go forward. But I want you to take about half an hour, even an hour. If you get carried away, you can go up to 2 hours and review your year. How did it all go? Did you get in on enough workouts? Or did you get too much in or not enough? How did that feel? How many workouts did you miss? I have some athletes who were sick a lot last week, so they missed big chunks. And so how many workouts did you miss due to illness? For me, I think I missed, I have to go back, but I think it was 4 or 5 workouts that I missed for being sick. And I think that's pretty good. Did you progress in your training? And you go, how do I know that? Well, look at your test sets for the swimming, biking, and running. And did your times get faster as we progressed in the year? And if not, then why not? What else do we got here? Okay. When you look back on your year, you think about your training and your racing and your life, and you go, was I happy with it? I consider September as almost like the new year. I'd rather celebrate New Year's today than celebrate it on January. It's just kind of the mindset that I'm always in, is September 1st is when we start. We start a new school year. Triathlon season is almost always over, and so we just all start this way. And I like that. January is still cool, but for me, I like September better. When I look back at my year, I think, you know what? I had a good year, and I was really happy with it. And would I change stuff? Probably not. I think I was pretty happy with it. But I will say that I missed a couple of my goals. I did have some big goals, and I missed a couple. But the majority of things of my goals, they were accomplished. And then you ask yourself, well, where can you improve? So look at your results. You break them down to categories. Do the swimming, the biking, the running, and then you do T1, T2. Get those numbers out. And a good way to see how well you did is, well, compare yourselves to the top people in your age group, or compare yourself to how you did last year. Sometimes comparing yourself to the people in the top may not be that good if you're not competitive, right? So it's good to compare yourself against yourself. But if you want to be competitive, you need to compare yourself against the people in the front. And so what I did is I did that and I go, where do I need to work on? My swim was good, my run was good, and my bike was okay. I was happy with the bike, but for me to be competitive, I know for myself, I got to go harder and take it to the next level if I want to be competitive in my age group. And so I need to think about that over the next few months. Do I want to commit to becoming a stronger cyclist, or do I want to just stay where I'm at? Because where I'm at is okay too. I just have to think about that. And I want you to do the same thing. Look at your results. Are you happy? If you are, can they keep carrying forward? But if you want to improve in a specific area or in all three, then you need to come up with different strategies to attack those so you can get better. You can, dig deep into your numbers. All of us have, fancy watches. We got these phones. We got computers on our bike. We have data coming out the yin yang, right? We have so much data. Go on in there and dig deep. I like using Training Peaks a lot. I have the coaching level of Training Peaks, so I can go in, I can just analyze the heck out of any workout I want, which is great. But if you are on just like a basic Training Peaks package, you can't do that. So you need to either upgrade to the higher level of Training Peaks or find the different service so that you can dig deep into it. I think the Garmin stuff is pretty good too, but you need to be able to go in, like if we do a test, a 30-minute test, you need to be able to blow that up, find out what your heart rate was, find out what your power was, and really get to know those numbers. And that's how you become more in tune with yourself as an athlete. So get to know those numbers. And I know I've been on some of you this last couple of weeks, even when we're at coffee shops, because I'm trying to say, get used to those numbers and know what they mean. You got to know what your zones mean. What is your LSD pace? When you're in zone 4, what's your pace or what's your heart rate? So know those. You can also look at, for me, what I did, just as an example, you can look at because for me, I'm very curious about the bike. What I did is I looked at the second hour of Ironman, and then the last hour of Ironman. I don't look at the first, because the first I get carried away and I like to go and get in position. So I look at the second hour. That's where I'm warmed up, trying to get in position. Now look at the average power. Now look at my average cadence. Now compare that to the last hour. The last hour with average power, average cadence. Now what happened there? Did I get a drop in power? Did I get a drop in cadence? Because that will tell you a lot. For me, I did have a drop, and it's expected, but how much of a drop do you get? You want to try to minimize that drop. And it's also a great way to see if myself and you had the right target. Did you go into the race with too high of a target or too low of a target? So you can change that. So go back and look at your races. Okay, let's move on to setting goals. Oops. Let's move on now to setting some goals. Now, I like to set goals early on in the year. Like when I finished Ironman Canada, that week after, it was like, everything just drops down. There's no more push. There's no more pressure to keep going. But at the same time, there's no pressure or no motivation to say, you know what, I should be running. So I need something as myself to get that extra motivation to get my butt out the door. And that's one reason why I'm doing the Grizzly Ultra Run. I'm not doing the full Ultra, just the half. Because it gets me out the door. And if I sit down with my computer, piece of paper, and I plan out the year, what do I want to do? That gives me something to look forward to. And I highly encourage you to do that. For me, like I told many of you, I'm like 95% sure I'm going to do Whistler again, unless I get 20 of you going to Mont Tremblant. If I get 20 going to Mont Tremblant, I'll go to Mont Tremblant. But otherwise, I'm going to be racing in Whistler. And I picked up my camps. So go to my website. We'll talk about camps in a little bit. But I have already organized the camps that I want to do. And that makes me excited to keep training and help me dream to where I want to go. So now that we are talking about camps, let's just go very, very quickly. I'm going to tell you about the camps that we have coming up. And as you know, I put the camps out and my athletes tell me where you want to go. And once we get enough people going, those camps will roll. So the first camp that was going to go for sure is Puerto Rico. There's not many spots left, probably about 2 spots left. Then the camp after that would be Wildflower in California or Mallorca in Spain. We're going to do either these or none of them because they conflict. We cannot do both of them. Where I want to go to Mallorca. Just Google Mallorca, type in Mallorca, and just go images or Mallorca bike, and then look at the images and tell me that you don't want to go there. I won't believe you. Okay, the other camp that's going to be running for sure, probably, I think it's like 80% sure, is the Kona camp. I love Hawaii. This will be my 6th time racing in Hawaii. We probably have maybe 4 spots left. With these camps, if you want to get in, I will update the camps link. I know there's no information there, but if you need extra information, just email me. I don't have the cost and everything up yet, but they will be coming in a week or 2. If you need extra information about them, email me and I can help you through any question you have. Hawaii is awesome though. If we go back to Wildflower, that'd be fantastic. It would be my 10th time racing in Wildflower, which is just crazy. Calgary training camp will run for sure. Next slide I have up here is pick a key race. And again, I talked about my key race is going to be Whistler. Like this is a picture from this year. This year's race in Whistler, the conditions were perfect. I think they were perfect for me anyways. It was not raining. The water was like dead calm. You still had that mist coming off. You woke up to this. It's spectacular. So if you want to do a good race, although I'm just going to tell you, Whistler is not an easy race. The biking is hard. So if you're going to do Whistler, you have to commit to doing lots of hills. But it is a very good race. Once you picked a key race, now pick a big one. And you know what? I'm a big believer in we only live once. Seriously, so put on your YOLO cap, YOLO, you only live once. And then dream a little bit, right? If you can, dream a little bit. I've been fortunate to travel to many different places and bring my bike along and race, and it's a lot of fun. Pick a race, though. There's so many Ironmans in this world. You could go anywhere. I was talking to a lady today about South Africa, right? How cool would it be to go to South Africa to race? I think it'd be awesome. Once you picked a key race, ideally it's about a year in advance. For me, I'm a little short of Whistler from being a year. And then what we need to do is we need to pick stepping stone races, right? And these little stepping stones races are great ways for us to test ourselves, to get ourselves into shape, and also gives us extra motivation to get ourselves out the door. I like to try to pick an event one per month, and just gives you something to do. And again, the reason why I'm doing this ultra relay with Ian is, number one, it gets my butt out the door. And I looked at the website and I saw some pictures from last year, and there's hundreds of people doing it. And I just thought, what a great way to spend the day running in the mountains in Canmore in the fall with hundreds of other people. And I think it's going to be fun. Am I going to be competitive? No, I really don't care at all about the time. I'm sorry, Ian, but I don't. I just want to get out there and have a good time and probably get coffee afterwards. But for me, the way I do races or stepping stone races is camps. I love going to camps. So if I can get in 3 training camps, I know I'm lucky. That's my job. I can do the training camps. They're fantastic. If you can do 1, it's cool. And you can always make your own training camp too. So you don't have to come to mine or someone else's, but you could go on trip and make your own training camp. I've been training and competing in triathlons for a long time. My first triathlon was in 92. I know it's hard to believe. It really is. Now, I've been doing a race since 92 every year. And so now I've done over 100 triathlons. I don't know what the exact number is because I don't count anymore. But I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. And I'm going to tell you what the secret is to getting so many races done. Is I think consistency is the big key. Like I think it's 10 Ironmans. No, it can't be that. It must be like 12 Ironmans in a row. And, I tell people that and they look at me like I'm sort of crazy. Some people might do an Ironman, take a few years off and then come back. For me, what I do is I just keep doing it. And it gives me something to do. It doesn't have to be an Ironman, but I think if you can pick an event and try and do something every year, that's trying to be consistent in your training. And then you're going to find that, you're going to stay healthy, you're going to stay active, and you're going to stay fit. And I find that when you need to shed pounds every year, if you go up and down like a yo-yo, that's really hard. But if you can stay consistent throughout, boom, it's going to make it so much easier. And you need a plan. Like you definitely need a plan. What I do is, as you know, as a coach, I plan workouts for everybody. And last year, what I did is I treated myself as an athlete. So I planned workouts for myself, and it was really cool. And I found it very powerful, so that when I woke up, I looked at the phone, I get an email from Training Peaks, and I go, oh, this is what I'm doing today, which is funny because I'm the one who put it there. But once it pops up, I feel more accountable to actually doing it. And it's funny, I'm going to do the same thing again this year. So consistency is key. The other things that are really key to training and keeping this whole thing going is joining a group. Find some people out there doing the same things as you are. Join a group, hire a coach. That's what I do for a job. I will coach you. I'll show you how to do all this. I love doing it. It's not hard for me. I'll help you. You can buy a triathlon plan. You can join some classes if you want. These are great ways to help you stay on track and be motivated. Now, speaking of classes, fall classes are starting right away. So this is September 1st. Next week, the swim classes start. And so this is what's going on this year. Very, very quickly, we've got, for those of you in Calgary, we have 2 swim classes. They're both held out of the JCC. We swim on Wednesday, Friday at noon, and then Thursdays at 8 o'clock. And then we're going to do the brick class on Saturdays, starting the weekend after Canadian Thanksgiving, which is, I think, is the 15th. I don't know. I'm horrible with dates. And we're going to start there. It's going to be 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to ride for an hour and a half, and then we'll go outside and run 45 to 60 minutes. And that class is almost full. So if you're watching this video and your name, if you have not emailed me back, email me and you want to be in the class, please email me as soon as possible, because that class is going to be full, like probably today. Even during this video, I got a couple of emails coming in about classes. So I'm trying to fill my classes, and let's get them up and rolling. And I want you guys to get in the class so that you can reach your goals and dreams for this year. I have a new cool thing coming up. Oh, before I talk about that, if you're not in Calgary, I know a lot of you are not in Calgary. Well, who cares, Todd? I can't come to Calgary. I can't come to your class. I live someplace else. I have some online classes, and it's almost just like having me in your phone, right? So the first one we do is online spin class. I think this is the 3rd year we're doing that. And so really what you do is you put your phone in front of you, your iPad or whatever device you're going to use, and you hit play, and then you ride along to a workout with me. I'll instruct you through it. I'll have a video of myself and a video of an outside ride. I think it's fun. I like doing it. I'm going to start my first one, recording it will be next week, so that it'll be up there for you to ride. We have an online swim class. Online swim class is kind of like this. I'm talking to you, I have a microphone, I have a computer, and we go over the workout. I'll give you 2 to 3 workouts in swimming each week, and I'll give you a video about what I expect you to do in the class. And I'll give you tips on swimming. I think it's really cool. If you can't come to one of my classes, that's a cool way to get your coach in your phone. And you can bring that to the deck, watch it, and then you can swim. It's neat. And brand new this year, we're going to try an online run class. It's going to be very similar to the bike class. I'm not running, but I'll be talking like this. I'll give you workouts to do. I'll talk you through the workouts, and I will give you running pointers and tips to make your run that much better. So I'm excited for that too. And the recording of those classes are going to start next week, but sign up now so you can get in. The next thing I want to talk about is a brand new idea I just came up. And this one is called the No Limits Triathlon Monthly. And it's really designed for you guys to learn about triathlons. Like I said, I've been in this sport since 92, and we're in 2016. Who's good at math? Yeah, not me. So the idea is that I've got so much knowledge to give you and share, and I love doing it in classes and videos. But this way here in No Limits Triathlon Monthly, each month I will give you a video, and the video will be about 30 to 40 minutes long. I get that we are really busy. I don't want to make them too long for you, but I want to try and cram a lot of information in there. Basically what it is, it's going to be like a map to triathlon. So we're going to start at the beginning. Like, you know, when you get a map, you go, okay, Todd, let's drive to California. Do you remember the old days when you used to have maps that would open up? So you'd open up the map and you go, where am I? We're in Calgary, and we need to get to Calgary. How do we get there? This is going to be like that. We're going to start at the beginning, and then we're going to get to the finish line, and over a course of many, many months. And the nice thing is I want it to be interactive so that I will come up with an idea and I will talk about it. But if you want to have me talk about something else, you just say, hey, Todd, how about, can you talk about, nutrition on the bike, or, pacing for the run? How do I do that with a watch? I don't know how to do that. Or what should I be doing in the pool? Should I be doing flip turns? Stuff like that. We can talk about that. It'll be neat. I'm going to make it really quite inexpensive, and the monthly cost of that's going to be $29 a month. Now, if you want to learn more about this, what am I going to do? I'm sorry, I'm just kind of rolling with this, but I'm going to put a link somewhere on this page, either below the video description or it'll be right below this video, and you can add your name to the No Limits Triathlon Monthly, and we'll get that going. And the first video on that will be up in about, I'd say, a week or two. Okay, so that's very exciting for me. I want to see that up and running. I think that's it. Well, we're going to talk about one more thing, and then I need to go upstairs and shave this off. Coaching. There are some coaching positions available as athletes to come to me for the fall, and I have lots of different options available. So if you don't know what program would best fit you, email me, and we'll have a phone call and we'll talk about it. We'll have lots of different programs that can best fit you, whether you're a beginner, whether you want to do a 70.3 for the first time, or an Ironman for the first time, or Ironman for the 15th time. I think Anthony's doing his 15th, which is crazy. But that'd be me one day. So yeah, if you're in that position, you want some coaching, call me up, or you can email me at todd@nolimitstriathlon.com. And I think that's it. Look at that. I think I made it under 30 minutes. If you made it to the end of this video, boom, virtual high five. Because I think that's a long time to sit and listen to me talk. So this is me, Coach Todd, saying thank you very much and happy training. Or welcome back to school. All right. See you guys.